What if I told you the secret to building strong, healthy muscles after 60 was sitting in your pantry? And it costs less than $2? And what if everything you thought you knew about protein, like needing expensive supplements or following complicated diets, was actually misleading? Stick with me until the end of this video, because I'm going to show you how one humble food can completely transform your health, save you serious money each month, and bring back the energy and strength you thought you'd lost for good. We're diving into some cutting-edge science that's flipping the nutrition world on its head, and I'm going to teach you exactly how to make it work for your body starting today. So what's this powerful food I'm talking about? Beans. Yep, just good old beans. Now, before you think, beans, really? And click away. Give me a moment, because what I'm about to share will absolutely surprise you. According to recent studies from top-tier universities, beans can help people over 60 build and maintain muscle for a fraction of the cost of traditional protein powders. This discovery is giving new hope to millions of older adults, especially those living on fixed incomes and struggling with muscle loss. It completely challenges decades of mainstream beliefs about aging and nutrition. Here's the thing. It's not just about what protein you eat, it's about how your body uses it as you age. Once you understand how your nutritional needs shift over time, you can start using plant-based proteins like beans in a much more powerful way. Let me paint a clearer picture. Think about what comes to mind when you hear the word protein. For most people, it's a steak or chicken breast, right? But get this. One cooked cup of soybeans has around 31 grams of protein. That's more than what you get in a standard 4-ounce serving of chicken. And soybeans aren't alone in this. Lentils pack in over 18 grams of protein per cup. Kidney beans, black beans, chickpeas, around 15 grams each. These aren't just numbers. These are nutritional powerhouses hiding in plain sight. Now let's talk about a big myth, that plant proteins are incomplete or inferior. It's simply not true. While most beans are a little lower in an amino acid called methionine, they're very high in lysine. Grains like rice, on the other hand, are the opposite, low in lysine, higher in methionine. You see where I'm going? With this, when you combine beans with grains like rice or whole wheat, you create a complete protein. This isn't a new trend, it's ancient wisdom. Cultures around the world have been doing this for centuries. Think of rice and beans in Latin America, lentils and rice in India, or hummus and pita in the Middle East. These pairings weren't random, they're nature's perfect nutritional match. But for those of us over 60, beans offer more than just protein. Each serving is like a nutritional multivitamin. One cup gives you up to 15 grams of fiber, great for gut health and reducing inflammation throughout your body. You're also getting nearly half of your daily magnesium needs, which is essential for proper muscle function. Beans are also rich in B vitamins like folate, which help process protein more efficiently, something that becomes more important as we age. And then there are the antioxidants. Beans, especially darker varieties like black beans, are loaded with powerful compounds like anthocyanins. These fight oxidative stress, which is one of the main drivers behind age-related muscle decline. Now, you might be wondering, what about digestibility? Isn't it harder to digest plant proteins? Its true plant protein digestibility ranges from 70 to 90%, while animal proteins are digested at 95 to 99%. But here's the good news. By simply soaking your beans overnight or pressure cooking them, you can reduce the compounds that interfere with digestion by up to 90%. With the right preparation, beans become not just digestible, but ideal for aging bodies. Now let's talk muscle loss, and why this matters more than most people realize. Starting around age 50, we naturally begin to lose muscle mass at a rate of 0.5 to 1.5% per year. This isn't just about looking toned. This is about function, being able to walk upstairs, lift groceries, or get out of a chair. This muscle loss, known as sarcopenia, directly impacts your independence, balance, and even your lifespan. But here's the best part. Muscle loss is not inevitable. With the right diet and a bit of resistance training, you can slow it down or even reverse it. And this is where the science gets even more fascinating. As we get older, our muscles become more resistant to the signals that tell them to grow. This is called anabolic resistance. That means you need more protein per meal to get the same effect as someone younger. While a 30-year-old may only need 20 grams of protein per meal to trigger muscle growth, someone over 60 might need 30 to 40 grams. One amino acid in particular, leucine, plays a key role here. It's like the on switch for muscle protein synthesis. Older adults need about 2 to 2.5 grams of leucine per meal to activate this switch, compared to just 1 gram for younger folks. Now, while beans do have slightly less leucine than whey protein, studies show that when you eat enough of them, the difference disappears. Let's look at some numbers. If you weigh about 154 pounds or around 70 kilograms, you'd need between 84 to 112 grams of protein per day to optimize muscle growth. That might sound like a lot, but with beans as a major part of your meals, it's totally doable and far more affordable than animal-based options. Here's another insight most people don't know. As we age, the timing of protein matters too. Research shows that older adults hit their peak muscle-building window 3 to 6 hours after a meal, longer than the 1 to 2 hours seen in younger people. That slow, steady digestion of beans, it's actually perfect for older bodies. It provides a prolonged release of amino acids, giving your muscles what they need over a longer period. And now we come to some truly groundbreaking research. In 2023, scientists conducted a large review of 13 randomized controlled trials with over 800 participants, all over age 60. They compared plant proteins to animal proteins. The results? No significant differences in muscle mass gains. None. But it gets even better. In studies where participants combined plant protein with exercise, like walking or simple resistance training, the results were even more dramatic. They showed muscle growth that was on par with, or even better than, what's typically seen with animal protein. Take one study, for example. 37 older adults followed a simple routine. They took 18 grams of mung bean protein daily for 8 weeks. No major workouts, just their regular daily activity. The result? 45% of them gained over a pound of lean muscle. And here's the kicker: only 7% of the control group saw the same gains. Even more interesting, their grip strength improved by over 3%, despite no significant changes in overall muscle size. That suggests plant proteins might be improving muscle quality, not just quantity. And the research doesn't stop there. In another study involving seniors in long-term care facilities, the results were even more impressive. 84 residents with an average age of 85 consumed 30 grams of soy protein every day for 12 weeks. On average, they gained more than 3 pounds of lean body mass and nearly 2 pounds of what scientists call appendicular muscle mass. That's the muscle in your arms and legs, the kind that determines how well you move around and stay independent. Not only did their muscle mass increase, but their walking speed improved significantly, while those in the control group continued to decline. These changes might sound small, but for someone in their 80s, they're life-changing. And then there's a massive Chinese study that tracked over 5,000 people aged 60 and older. Researchers found that higher intake of plant protein, not animal protein, was linked to significantly more muscle mass. In fact, there was no meaningful connection between animal protein intake and maintaining muscle. That flips the old-school thinking completely upside down. So let's break it down. Not all beans are created equal when it comes to protein content and muscle-building potential. Let's talk about the real MVPs of the bean world. At the top of the list, Soybeans. They offer more than 31 grams of protein per cooked cup, and they're one of the only plant-based foods with a complete protein profile. That means all 9 essential amino acids are present in the right ratios. It's no wonder soybeans are the most studied legume for senior muscle health. You may already know them as edamame, which are just young green soybeans. You can find them in most grocery store freezers. Boil them for a few minutes, sprinkle with salt, and you've got a high-protein snack ready to go. Lentils are my runner-up pick, and they earn that spot. They don't require soaking. They cook in about 20 to 30 minutes, and they provide over 18 grams of protein per cup. If you have dental issues, go for red lentils. They cook fast and break down into a creamy texture that's gentle on the teeth and easy to digest. In third place, a tie between black beans and kidney beans, both packing about 15 grams of protein per cup. I give black beans a slight edge because of their high antioxidant content. Those dark pigments called anthocyanins help your muscles recover and reduce inflammation. Chickpeas deserve a shout out too. They come in at around 14.5 grams of protein per cup and win points for versatility. You can toss them into salads, blend them into hummus, or roast them for a crunchy snack. Their firm texture and mild flavor make them the starter bean for people new to plant-based eating. Split peas are another great option, especially for older adults who prefer warm, soothing meals. They contain more than 16 grams of protein per cup, don't need soaking, and cook down into a comforting soup that's easy on the stomach and packed with nutrition. Let's take a second to talk dollars and cents. This is where beans really shine. Beans offer nearly the same muscle-building benefits as animal protein at a third of the price. For people on a fixed income, this isn't just a food choice, it's a game changer. You can get 12 to 13 servings of high-protein food from a $1, $2 bag of dried beans. To get the same protein from chicken breasts, you'd spend $15 to $20. That's hundreds of dollars in savings every month that could go toward medicine, housing, or other essentials. But the benefits of beans go far beyond saving money. They actively support your health in ways that meat can't. Beans help reduce inflammation, something that's especially important for older adults. Animal proteins, particularly red and processed meats, can actually increase levels of C-reactive protein and other inflammatory markers. Chronic inflammation, sometimes called inflammaging, has been directly linked to faster muscle loss and poorer recovery. Beans, on the other hand, help fight inflammation and build muscle at the same time. That's a double win. And the cardiovascular benefits? They're just as impressive. A daily serving of beans can lower your risk of heart disease by 10%. Meanwhile, high intakes of animal protein, especially from processed meats, have been linked to a higher risk of heart disease. So for seniors managing multiple health conditions, beans offer a rare opportunity to address several health goals at once. Better heart health, more stable blood sugar, healthier cholesterol, and stronger muscles. And if you care about the planet, and I know many of you do, beans are one of the most environmentally sustainable protein sources out there. They require a fraction of the water and energy that it takes to raise livestock. Choosing beans helps the earth and your body at the same time. Now, let's go back to that concern many of you have. Beans don't agree with me. You're not alone. Digestibility is the #1 concern I hear. But guess what? The science has an answer. Pressure cooking is your best friend here. It breaks down the natural compounds in beans that can cause gas or discomfort while preserving all those valuable nutrients and amino acids. Depending on the bean, a good pressure cooker can prepare them in 10 to 40 minutes fast, nutritious, and gentle on your gut. Even just soaking beans overnight can help reduce gas-producing substances by up to 90%. Here's a simple tip. Soak your beans with 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda per pound. Rinse thoroughly and toss out the soaking water before cooking. That one step alone removes most of the stuff that causes digestive upset. Forgot to soak? No worries. Try the quick soak method. Boil the beans for 2 to 3 minutes, take them off the heat, let them sit for an hour. Then drain and cook as usual. There are also traditional tricks from cultures around the world that make beans easier to digest. Spices like cumin, fresh ginger, or even a strip of kombu seaweed added to the cooking pot can work wonders. These ingredients contain natural enzymes that help break down complex carbohydrates. The key is to go slow. Start with small amounts, maybe 2 to 4 teaspoons of well-cooked beans a day, and increase gradually each week. Your gut microbiome will adjust. Most people report normal digestion by week 2 or 3, and by week 8, their digestive system is fully adapted. If you're just getting started, go with mung beans, lentils, or split peas. They tend to be the easiest on the stomach. And remember, beans are not just protein. They bring a whole symphony of nutrients that work together to support muscle health. Take magnesium, for example. Each cup of beans can give you up to 45% of your daily needs. Magnesium is crucial for muscle contraction and protein synthesis, and many older adults don't get enough of it. The fiber in beans, anywhere from 6 to 15 grams per cup, feeds the good bacteria in your gut. These bacteria produce short-chain fatty acids that lower inflammation and improve insulin sensitivity, 2 key factors for muscle health. Then there are the antioxidants. Some beans like adzuki, red kidney, and black beans are at the top of the antioxidant charts. These compounds protect your muscle cells' mitochondria, the energy engines that power every move you make. And when your mitochondria are healthy, your muscles stay stronger, longer. Let's talk about iron, another essential nutrient that's often overlooked. Iron is what helps your muscles receive the oxygen they need to function, and beans are a great source of it. True plant-based iron isn't absorbed as easily as the kind found in meat. But there's a simple fix. Just pair your beans with foods rich in vitamin C. A squeeze of lemon, some diced tomatoes, or a handful of bell peppers can increase your body's ability to absorb iron by up to 300%. For example, lentil soup with tomatoes or a black bean salad with red peppers isn't just tasty, it's a powerful muscle-building meal. Now, some of the world's top nutrition experts have figured out clever ways to make beans even more effective. For older adults, Dr. Stuart Phillips, a well-known researcher in protein and aging, recommends spreading protein intake evenly throughout the day. Instead of trying to hit your protein goals all in one meal, aim for around 0.4 grams per kilogram of body weight at each meal. If you weigh about 165 pounds or 75 kilograms, that's roughly 30 grams of protein per meal. To make this simple, use the plate method. Fill a quarter of your plate with beans or legumes, another quarter with a healthy whole grain like quinoa or brown rice, and fill the rest with colorful vegetables. Not only does this combination provide complete protein, but it also delivers the full range of vitamins and minerals your muscles crave. Let's talk about timing again, especially if you exercise. Exercise physiologists have found that eating a bean-based meal 2 to 3 hours before your workout provides long-lasting energy, especially for resistance training. And when you eat within 2 hours after exercising, your body maximizes muscle protein synthesis. That means pairing movement with smart meals isn't just good. It's the best thing you can do for muscle health. There's even a term for this: synergistic effects. That's when the combination of resistance training and plant protein works better together than either one does alone. Walking, light dumbbells, or even chair exercises paired with a steady intake of beans. That's a powerhouse plan for any senior looking to stay strong. So how much protein should you aim for in a day? The consensus among leading experts is 1.2 to 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. That's about 84 to 112 grams per day. If you weigh 154 pounds or 70 kilograms. If beans make up the core of your diet, it's completely achievable without breaking the bank. To hit that goal, you want to distribute protein intake evenly across your 3 main meals. Think about getting 25 to 35 grams of protein from beans and complementary foods at each meal. Combine your beans with grains for complete proteins. And don't forget the vitamin C-rich veggies to boost iron absorption. Some people still ask, but don't I need supplements? The short answer, no doubt protein powders and fancy supplements might be helpful in rare cases, but for most people, they're unnecessary and expensive. Beans provide not just protein, but a whole suite of nutrients that work together in ways powders simply can't replicate. Want to make this easier? Invest in a pressure cooker. It softens beans, cuts cooking time by 75%, and makes them more digestible, especially helpful for seniors with chewing or digestion concerns. Many modern electric pressure cookers even come with preset programs for different bean types. Just add water and beans, push a button, and walk away. Batch cooking is another powerful habit to adopt. Once a week, cook 2 or 3 types of beans and divide them into freezer-safe containers. I like to call this your quick protein bank. You'll always have ready-to-go servings on hand for soups, grain bowls, or stir-fries. Cooked beans stay good in the freezer for up to 6 months, and they retain almost all of their nutrients. For even more benefits, try sprouting. Sprouted mung beans and lentils are easier to digest and can have up to 38% more protein. To sprout beans, soak them overnight, then rinse twice daily for a few days until tiny tails appear. Not only do they cook faster, but they're also gentler on the stomach, making them a great option for older adults who are just starting out. Now, if energy or mobility is a concern, don't overlook canned beans. They're a great shortcut and retain most of the nutrients found in home-cooked beans. Here's a tip: choose low-sodium varieties when possible, and keep the thick liquid in the can. It's called aquafaba, and it's packed with protein. It's a natural thickener for soups and stews, and a secret weapon for boosting nutrition effortlessly. Still need some inspiration? Let me tell you about Beverly Kelly, who proves it's never too late to change your life with food. At 80 years old, she decided to switch to a mostly plant-based diet focused on beans and legumes. Within months, she dropped 14 pounds of belly fat, had more energy, and stayed active well into the evening. "I need less sleep now," she said, "and I'm moving better than I have in years." And Beverly isn't alone. The Nurses' Health study, which followed over 85,000 women aged 60 and up, found that those who ate more plant protein had lower risks of frailty and kept their independence longer. Those who relied more on animal protein, they actually saw faster declines in mobility and physical health. Government programs have noticed too. The Seniors Farmers Market Nutrition Program provides vouchers specifically for fresh produce and beans, and guess what? Participants show measurable gains in muscle and reductions in obesity just by increasing their intake of plant proteins. Even senior athletes are jumping on the bean bandwagon. More and more are switching to plant-based diets and report in faster recovery times, more energy, and better endurance. Some of these folks are in their 80s and 90s still running, lifting, and thriving with beans as their main source of protein. So let's clear up the biggest myth of all, that plant proteins are somehow inferior. That belief comes from outdated science, literally studies done on rats over a century ago. Modern research confirms all plants contain all 20 amino acids, including the 9 essential ones. And when you eat a variety of plant foods throughout the day, your body gets exactly what it needs to build muscle. Even the American Heart Association agrees. A diverse plant-based diet can meet your protein needs while offering major heart and metabolic benefits animal protein just can't match. The idea that older adults need animal protein to stay strong? It's just not backed by science anymore. In fact, studies show that plant protein is better for maintaining muscle mass, physical function, and long-term health. And yes, while animal proteins do digest slightly better 95% versus 70 to 90% for plants, the difference is easily made up with quantity, good cooking methods, and smart food pairings. And again, beans are much cheaper, so you can easily eat more of them without blowing your budget. Supplements? Optional. Complicated diet plans? Not necessary. What you do need is this: beans, prepared the right way, eaten regularly, thoughtfully, combined with other healthy foods, and ideally, paired with some light resistance movement a few times a week. Here's your game plan. Buy in bulk to save money. Store dried beans in airtight containers for years. Start simple: red lentils, black beans, chickpeas. Use a pressure cooker to save time and boost digestibility. Introduce slowly, start with small amounts, and build up. Cook in batches and freeze portions for convenience. Season creatively. Try Mexican black beans with lime, Indian lentils with turmeric, or Mediterranean white beans with rosemary. Balance your plate with whole grains and vitamin C-rich veggies. Hydrate well to help your body manage the extra fiber. Aim for at least 8 glasses of water a day. Move your body, even if it's just body weight squats or stretching with resistance bands. Here's what I want you to take away from this video. Beans are not just a budget-friendly protein source. They're one of the most powerful tools we have for staying strong, independent, and healthy after 60. They offer high-quality protein, fight inflammation, support your heart, feed your gut, and protect your muscles. No supplements, no gimmicks. Just whole, real food. So now the question isn't whether beans can help you build muscle after 60. The question is, are you ready to give them a real shot? Let me know in the comments. Are you ready to take the first step? If this video resonated with you, type 1 in the comment section. If not, type 0 and share where you're watching from. I'd love to hear your story and help support your health journey. And don't forget, click subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss more health tips right here on Senior Health. Let's age strong, stay sharp, and thrive together. See you in the next one.